in live for the final presentation about smile design and mock-up creation. So let's a little move just to see the screen. Like that. Yes, it's better, yeah? So we try to show you now the smile design and mock-up creation, and thanks to be with me. For this day it was really focused on the workflow to have the better result, in fact, on this area. And now I just have a look if I can show by myself the things. So let's try again. There is nobody to, for instance. Nobody is here. We are beginning in 5 minutes. Yes, we are in live now. So, we are talking now about the smile designer and mock-up creation. This is the end of the day. And let me introduce myself once again. I am a dental technician living in Metz, northeast France, and this is the last workflow to have such a nice smile designer. My laboratory, the digital laboratory since 15 years ago now, and the focus is to work on digital using smile designer, using mock-up and all the workflow to have 100% succeed at the end. So we start now perhaps the most interesting presentation of this day about the smile designer. We have already talked about all what is on zircon oxide product and also the digital workflow to take the picture, to take the CBCT, to put all the things together and then to design the things. And we now are designing with smile designer. And the electricalization, the simulation, is the first step. Smile designer is the first step to know what kind of work I have to do at the end. And after we can make trying aids and also use that for individualization. So the POP protocol is using every kind of material and using zircon oxide, having the right shade. I just have made this focus during all that day, and also the blue is important, the shade, the micro surface is also important. We are going now on the topic who is the topic of the aesthetic. So smile aesthetic is catching the dynamic of the smile. It's catching how the smile is growing up and down, and it's very important because when you make this kind of picture, you see the deviation of the mandibulary. In that case, it's look on the right place, and it's very important. You know exactly also you can use now a picture and use IA to simulate a picture and to make a smile with only a picture. So this is now available in ExoCAD, and also you can use MugLive, which is also very interesting to have the focus on a picture or a video and your smile inside. So this is also very important. What is about the aesthetic condition? The aesthetic condition is 1/3 on the front, 1/3 on the nose and the eyes, and 1/3 here. It is very important to have the natural proportion and to have the DBO. I can notice by that my vertical dimension. Also on aesthetic, we have different line, and one line is very important, is the recurve line, what you see just here, and this line can be correct. In fact, you have different kind of people. I just move a little bit here like that. You can have different kind of people with this recurve line, with its convexity or right or white concave. We have to be careful also about the compare plane and the front core plane. And when you take a picture, you have to be on your mind if I am on the compare plane like that or front core plane. Of course, it's not completely that, it's less, but here I am on the compare plane, here I am on the front core plane. And my picture has to be with my virtual articulator. Here's my virtual articulator on compare plane or on front plane. This is a process. So this is a picture with a compare plane. Most of the articulator now are using compare plane. Of course, there is someone with on front plane, so be careful on that. After, you have to be careful about the aesthetic of the lips, and this aesthetic of the lips help you about how big is the smile and where is the edge of the smile, here or here, and that make your good proportion. There is one guy who is perhaps the best people on the world. Is about the restoration with Pascal Mann, and Pascal Mann show you all the proportion you can have in the mouth, and you have to see the gingiva and the symmetry of the gingiva. If it is, it's easy. If it is not, you have to symmetrize. To central, you have to symmetrize the gingiva. You have to be careful on the axis of the different teeth, and it's always like that, more or less. So be careful about that. And also the sagittal, the zenith view, have to be also well down. Of course, you have to see the gingiva from the central to the lateral and then to the canine. And this makes a triangle, you know. More are deep the triangle, more feminine are female are the aspect. So this is one thing very interesting. Also the contact point is not like that. It has to be a convex curve between all the things. So each thing, the proportion of the teeth are also very important. For a woman, it's about 81%. For a man, it's about 77%. So it's different, and you make a crown who look like masculine or female crown. And it's also very important to know that. There is some bar like that, you can have the proportion. It's made by the Freddy George. So it's very interesting also to use this kind of thing. And one thing very important, the most important thing about the aesthetic is to understand that you have a triangular shape or a round shape. If you have a triangular shape, your incisional line are concave or right or straight, but not convex. And it's exactly the same for the vestibular view. And it's important because if you have such a concave on the vestibular, you see that at the edge I have more enamel and here less dentin. And it's very important to know that because they show you how can be the result. If your crown are triangular, you have more enamel on the mesial and the distal. Right. So be careful on that. At the end, the granulometry, it's the surface of the vestibulary wall, which is also important, and the transition line also. I take picture with a flash, and the flash show me the line and the transition line, and I have to symmetrize all that. And at the end, I have to see the crack on the crown and the glow line also. And if it's a young one, we have glow line more visible than an old one. So we have to be careful of that. And also opacity of the email. It's what doesn't like. It's more enamel or less silicate. More enamel or less. So just that is most important thing. And after, if you want to have a nice smile, you have to have a positive curve, not a concave curve. So it's also very important to know that, although the contact. This is all the detail for aesthetic. I cannot make smile design if I don't understand what is the different part of aesthetic restoration. So the first things of the aesthetic restoration is the line between the eyes, who is parallel as the line from the teeth. Parallel on that. So if I make a picture, I make the two lines on that, and I have the result. So let's try to have some case now. Let's try just a little case is digital impression. We make the smile design, so we will make the line on it. When we have finished the line of the gingiva and all the form, I can make the mock-up of that, and I can make after an impression tray for having all the detail and having the mock-up on it. So this is the first half and conventional workflow. If I've done that, I can also make a process to see where is the gingiva and where I have to make the preparation deeper or less. And this is one possibility to use that kind of thing. This is the process for half and half, and we have seen before, and now with the smile design, and you have such a result on this kind of area. You have to take a good picture, and I say good picture of the face is to see all my hair, not only one, because I'm not on the right side, not on this one. I have to be front up, not like that, not like that. And if I'm in the right position, I can make a smile designer, and I can also put this picture on 3 dimension. And of course, what we have seen all the day is having a picture with the shape guide to having all the detail of my color. This is also very important. So, what we are talking about micro photography, we are already with that. The first thing we can use is take picture and use something like Keynote and just put and glue so the detail on the Keynote and having the symmetry and the result on all that things. You see the line, this is the symmetry, the line between the line. This is an old technique now, but it's now how the smile designer are working exactly on the same thing. Make the light and after make a skin to be aesthetic. So this is DSD information. You have another who is G-Design, who combine digital impression and the picture and put together so you can directly with your 3D impression make your design and not only a 2D design, smile design. So it's very important to know that my smile design has to be on 3 dimensions directly and not only on 2 dimensions. So this is important things. This is another case. Just, you know, this glass I only make to be on the right position. Not like that, not like that, not here, not here. And that you see the white and black area is only to put on the right position. So we have to use directly 3D CAD. 3D CAD like 𝐾𝐔𝐂, like 3Shape, and integrate, or in-lab SW, and integrate all dimensions inside directly on 3D. Why not? This is a picture of 3D, so one possibility of that. Or using Smile Designer, like Smile Designer Pro, you know, is both, and you can have a correct information in 2D and in 3D together. So this is one case, very hard, you know. What can we do? What is the possibility? And the Smile Designer showed me the way. How can I use that? And how can I correct the things? And after, we use orthodontics, or we go directly on a bridge, or only veneers. What kind of choice we can have? Smile Designer helped me with that. Another case is to also catch the right shade, the white of the eyes, here my value, in fact, to have my teeth more bright or less. And a Smile Designer helped me for that. Another case, also the Smile Designer helped me to see if the 𝐾𝐔𝐂 are in the right position. Here it's an easy case because it's erosion case and not abrasion. So it's only need to have something to add more enamel. So I have to choose one material on the enamel and to make some veneers. It will be okay. I just have a look on the DVO. If I have no trouble about the DVO, I can make some veneer on that. So, you know, this is how we use Smile Design to catch information. This is also interesting, is to make something too bright, because many people want something bright. So you can make a sample too bright and another more natural. You see the brightness is between the teeth and the white of the eyes. And it's black and white, you can have more information. You can also use what we have used just before, is the LAB information to be on the right value of the color, and put also in black and white. Another case with Untitled, and what is interesting is this case, a picture 2D can be done on 3D. So on 3D dimension, I can have a look also on all the area. Of course, now I use spectrophotometer and I use scan face that help me so much and integrate that on such software like 𝐾𝐔𝐂. This is another case, just to show you that it's very easy. I do that each day. It's not one case I use just for the moment. It's each case and have a result at the end. We make also a case for participants this is one program that you can see the different line we have chosen on this case and synchronize all the information. See the line, you see here, it's not to make the teeth bigger, but it's correct the gingiva. So I can correct the gingiva. I see exactly how deep I have to correct it, and on the Smile Designer I have the result with the correction of the gingiva. So this is the Smile Designer. If I want to show that to the patient, and it's enough, okay, why not? We have enough information that we can also share with a mock-up. So this is the 3D dimension. We make a 3D impression on that, and with this 3D impression, we integrate the picture of the face, integrate the impression inside, and have a three-dimensional things. With these three-dimensional things, right? With these three-dimensional things, I can see what I have to correct directly in my digital impression. And I correct the gingiva to make some veneer with the mock-up impact. And with that, I have the symmetry of my gingiva made now. I have all the symmetry, and my teeth look bigger, but it's not longer. It's not bigger by the gingiva. We mix now the cat and make the form inside. See the line, the bites, all that.
Sorry.
No problem. It's life. Life is life. So we can correct just a little bit. Yeah. We can now correct it. I see now all my veneer, and veneer will be mirror. You see the effect on the three-dimensional view of that. And also on profile, I can show all the result and the synchronization of all the data is important. The counter plan also, so it gives me many information. I can make a tray for that, or I can directly mill the veneers. This is veneers in composite only for the mock-up. This is not the final result, it's only for the mock-up. And we can try in moves my veneers. And I use video for that because I want to see the result. I want to see the psychological result for the patient. And I see also that my canine is a little too big. I have to correct it. So I correct it in moves, the composite, rescan that, and at the end, I can have the final result exactly, make the good preparation, and at the end, have a good result. So this is really the workflow on that. It's also available for complete denture. Complete denture need a Smile Designer on that. So with a complete denture, it's all the information you have before who is very important. And this is one software that is also working on 𝐘𝐔𝐿, on 3Shape. It's the same workflow. And the wax information is the most important thing. And the Smile Design with the compare plan and all the dynamic on that, you know? So this is very important. So let's finish the presentation with one case. This is the case of one guy, and I make a dynamic picture, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, to see how big is the smile and if it's symmetries of the lips or not. Are the lips symmetrized or not? Two pictures, one with retract to see the gingiva, and another with a normal smile. So this is a picture of the case, the initial case. You see, so the gingiva not completely white, the shape is completely wrong. So we have to succeed on that, and to succeed on that case is to have a proposal. Let you see on occlusal view this area or this lateral is awful. We have to correct the two lateral to symmetrize all the thing, and you have to make the place on it. So that's why we make a smile design, is to see how can I to work to have the final result. So we take the picture of the shape as we have already done so many times now. You see the picture like that each time, and we're going to design on exocad. So we're going to make some veneers. So we make a mock-up presentation, integrate into my picture, you see, and we have to make calibration between the two pictures. When it's done, I have the correction. If I have made a good picture, everything synchronized together. If it is not, you have only the central, perhaps the lateral, and after you cannot synchronize. That's why it's very important to have a good picture with a good lens and have the best result is with the best material. So we synchronize also the picture together. You see the retract smile and the normal smile is quite good. It's good synchronization. After we draw the line of the smile, and you see, I see that it's not completely symmetrization. If it is not symmetrization, it seems that here is longer and this area is longer than this area. So it's difficult to have the right balance for that. So I have to be careful. After, I have to put the line between the eyes, and you see, I put the line with the eyes, and all the data now will be parallel on my line between the eyes. The median line, so this is the most important thing. The line between the eyes and the median line. And that's how I can correct after the smile. On the exocad, I have the possibility to do the 2D smile design and the 3D together. So if I work on that, I have directly the result for make some final work with preparation, or to make a mock-up to see what can be on months before the preparation. So for me, it's one of the best smile designer. It's inside the exocad, and the new of the exocad today is that you use also the dynamic video, and you can share with the patient with a video, like a natural video. For that case, you see the smile before and after, and now I can correct the shade, I can correct the value to be on the right things and to be more natural. The next level for an exocad is also the skin are much better than what you see, and it's interesting to understand the result and to share the result. But also, how can I do that? How can I have this kind of result? So, at the end, this is the result with my smile designer. Okay, we correct and see, okay, it's right. I have to make a mock-up. So, to make a mock-up is to finalize the design. You see the curve, you see the contact point, all the detail we have just see just before is in it. And now we can go and put some mock-up, some veneers on it. So this is the result with the 2D. I can share with the patient with the 2D information. And I can go a little more. I can go also a little more with a scanned face. So this is scanning the face of the patient and integrate that into the exocan. The software can make that very easily. And for the 3D scan, you only need to have this information. Not more, but from here to the conduct. This is more important thing because this is the information to put the virtual articulator on it. If you put the virtual articulator on it, you have such the information. So we have on 3D and we make exactly the same workflow. Exactly the same workflow. And I have also such a result. I can also share with the patient, and it's also available, and it's very interesting. At the end, I make a model with a mock-up and the model with a wax-up. The difference between two, the mock-up, you have the initial teeth in the model. The wax-up, you have no more initial teeth, you have only your wax-up on it. What does it mean? You have all that things, perhaps you can see. This is a mock-up things. You see, the teeth are, the initial teeth are in it. So with this mock-up, I can see the result directly in months without preparation. And this is for me the most important thing, to see this result without preparation. So we make the mock-up manually, and you see the difference between before and after only with the mock-up. This is the result. And after we're going on preparation. So it's easy with the mock-up to have the good preparation. You can erase, grind, the information on the right side, in fact. So this is the preparation, and we take a picture of the shape of the preparation. Because if I want to correct it, I have to be careful about what is inside and what kind of material I use to correct all that things. So this is the preparation. This is the scan of the preparation. You know, it's just frontal and occlusal. No coming back. After we choose the color, for that we use the picture and we use the information with filter on that to see through inside, polarized filter to see inside the color, put in black and white, and also make a white balance and the LAB information to see the white of the eyes and the teeth, and correct to be little more bright but not too bright. So this is all the information we already need. This is the same thing in black and white. So we see all the effects in black and white. We can also choose the color with that, with more red or more yellow. AB, LAB is that, in fact. And now we are going on different possibility, just full crown or micro layering. This is one case with micro layering. So you can see a zircon and micro layering unit. You can have also cutback reduction if you want. It's also a possibility. But you know, the cutback is made with the picture. I drew the line of the enamel to have the good result, and the milling process makes the cutback. I don't make the cutback at the end. I do it digitally with the milling process. And I can make also some little cutback like that. This is working through we have sure micro cutback. And after I use some stands inside. So you see the picture here, it's a zircon without stands and with the stands inside. So I make more warm, and after I put chroma, opaque dentin, enamel and layer technique. It could be like that. So it's one case, but I can also prefer to be on full veneer and to just stand on it. It's a possibility. I show you this possibility tomorrow. I think it's on morning. We have a session of only glaze on veneer, and how if it's at the end. Here is the result. So before and at the end with the veneer, more natural and more aesthetic. So this is one case who cannot be done without smile designer. It's not possible. This is the final result between the original piece and now the result for our crown, and only make step by step, choosing the right color, choosing the right material, the right size, minimum thickness of that material, and then glaze or make veneering things to have such a result. So this is the end of my last presentation for today. I'm very happy to spend one day together. We have some technical problem and we cannot be on live all the day, but be sure tomorrow we just focus on this technical problem and we can make step by step all the program with veneerings and stem, with stems techniques and with bridge posterior, so many aesthetic things for tomorrow. So I say you goodbye and see you tomorrow for a new journey. Bye bye. Because it's really vital when we go down. Okay. Good. Tu vas sur... Moi, je pense. Non, non, je vais jouer depuis... On va sur YouTube. J'ai choisi Yucera. Je suis en live pratiquement toute la journée. Ben là, je vais y être, quand tu m'aides. Comme ça, tu vois. Mais je t'en lis. J'ai laissé. Comme ça, tu m'aides. Je suis obligé de raccrocher pour si j'ai fini. Et comme ça tu vas au champ. Et puis ça rappellera tout à l'heure. Hello. We just finished the day, but if you have some question, I can answer you as well as I can, yeah? Or we see everybody tomorrow for stains technique and all the demo.